Welcome to the Boys of Summer Tournament here in Denmark, Wisconsin. We're back for the second of the broadcast doubleheader. This one will feature the New York Gremlins taking on STK of Chase, Canada. We'll get to the lineups in just a moment. Happy to have you with us watching from wherever you may be. This is the third game of the tournament for the New York Gremlins. They've won the first two. Setting the defense of the Gremlins for you, Remaki at third. Cole Evans at short. Over at second, it'll be Blake Hunter and Eric Ochoa at first base. Kirkpatrick is pitching for the Gremlins. 1-0 pitch. In for a called strike. In the outfield, Matthew Waugh in left, Benny Inoka in center, and Brian Avery over in right field. Nick Mullins will do the catching in this one, as we said. Andrew Kirkpatrick, the big left-hander. Fly ball lifted out into fairly deep center field, but Benny's got a beat on it, and the first out is recorded. That was Brett Larson. And that'll bring Quentin Bruce to the plate. Quentin, a member of Team Canada's national squad, 27 years old or thereabouts. Hails from Duntrone, if I'm saying that correctly. He was a member of the silver medal team in 2022 at those World Championships. No stranger to small towns is he. Grew up on a dairy farm with about 1,200 people. Out in front, gets a piece of it, so 1-1. Rest of the batting order for STK. Corey Jones will be next at the 3 spot. Braden Arcand hitting cleanup. Josh Montana will bat 5th. Eli Jules, the DP, 6th. Jessen Potkin, 7th. Ethan Lands, 8th. And Jarrett Potskin, cousin of Jessen, will bat 9th. So senior lefty and junior lefty on display here in Denmark. We saw Jack Besgrove, the fine young 19-year-old, close out a victory in their first game of the day, that coming against the Kegel Black Knights. And now it's the senior veteran, Andrew Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick already in midseason form, picked up the most valuable pitching trophy last weekend in New York City at the Peligro Cup. That one's in for a called strike. Bruce didn't think so, but down on strikes he goes. Called strike 3. 2 up and down quickly. And that'll bring Corey Jones to the plate. Corey, another member of Canada's national team. 34 years of age. Hails from Leduc, Canada, Leduc. Swing and a miss out in front on the changeup. Kirkpatrick, a veteran of many World Championship cycles. Great person for young Jack Besgrove to learn from. Strike is in for a called one. Pair of lefties, Kirkpatrick and Besgrove, have a lot to do with the Gremlins' success thus far in the season. Just off the plate. Swing and a miss, up and out of the zone. So down on strikes goes Jones. 2 in the inning for Kirkpatrick. For STK, no runs, no hits, nobody left. We'll get our first look at the Gremlin lineup when we come back for the home half of the first. Home half of the first for the Gremlins. Batting order for the Gremlins, Matthew Waugh will be leading off again. Playing in left field, Jerome Ramaki batting second. Benny Noka third. Benny with 2 home runs in the earlier game today. Eric Ochoa hitting cleanup. Andrew Kirkpatrick will bat for himself in the 5 spot. Cole Evans 6th. Brian Avery 7th. Blake Hunter 8th. And Nick Mullins, the catcher, down in the 9 spot. Setting STK for you defensively. Over at third, Ethan Lands. Justin Potkin, one of 2 Potskins playing. Justin at short, Jarrett over at second base, so the 2 middle infielders' cousin. Corey Jones will play first. In the outfield, Quentin Bruce in left. Josh Montana in center. And Braden Arcand in right field. Brett Larson will do the catching. And the pitcher, a familiar face to those of you that follow Canadian fastball, member of Canada's national team, Justin Schofield. Hard one in for a called strike. Schofield, a veteran, but pitching very well in recent years. Working to try and stay sharp. Important member of Team Canada, the national squad. Just off the plate, 1-2 now on Matthew Waugh. Waugh with a home run in the earlier 12 o'clock game. That coming against the Kegel Black Knights. Great speed, great power. Lays off the high one, 2-2. Line drive out to center field. Looks like it'll drop in front of the center fielder. Montana gets away from it, and Waugh running well all the way to third. Montana mishandled it, and it was Braden Arcand coming around backing up, or Waugh would have scampered home. But as it is, he winds up at third to lead things off for the Gremlins. So credit Raw with a single, advance to third on the error, and Jerome Ramaki will step in. In for a called strike. Schofield, one of the best pitchers that the Gremlins have faced this year. Always tough. High hard one in across the letters for a called strike. Ramaki putting on a power display last Sunday in New York City. 3-run homer in the semifinal, 3-run homer in the championship game. 6 RBI on the day. And I'm here to tell you those were not home runs that just barely got over the fence. 2 monstrous shots. Out in front of the changeup. Great pitch by Schofield. Down on strikes goes Ramaki. 1 out. Here you see the replay. Pulls the string, and Ramaki just on the front foot. That'll bring Ben Inoka to the plate. Benny with 2 home runs this morning in the earlier game against Kegel. He started the day tied for home runs with 3. He's now the single leader with 5. Off the plate outside. Benny still looks and runs young. Hard to remember that he's been at it for a decade or so. Veteran of several world championship cycles, including that 2013 run the New Zealand Black Sox had when they won the gold. Also a member of their gold medal team in 2017 in Whitehorse, though injured for a good part of that. There's one lifted to deep center field. Going back and just watching it sail. Inoka has another. Somebody asked what he had for breakfast. That's 3 home runs on the day for Inoka. So a 2 spot posted by the Gremlins. That'll bring the cleanup hitter, Eric Ochoa, to the plate. Hard downer, swing, and got just a piece of it, did Ochoa. If you're wondering, the fences are championship fencing, 250 or thereabouts. Down the line, perhaps 260, 65 in center. Hot sunny day, though. The ball will carry. Ochoa lays off the high one. Little grounder up along the right side. He'll pick it up and tag out Ochoa. Corey Jones with the put out. So 2 outs in the inning, 2 runs in, and here's big Andrew Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick hit a tape measure shot yesterday. We were sitting in center field broadcasting the game, so I didn't have a very good look at the game. But I did get a look at that home run and where it landed. Some of the players on other teams were pacing it off. The fence was 250. They were saying 350, maybe further. Swing and a miss on a good changeup. That's the pitch he got Remaki on. Ball low, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Good hard rise ball from Schofield. Down on strikes goes Kirkpatrick. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Justin, but 2 big runs put up in the first by the Gremlins. Single by Wah, homer by Inoka, and that's where we stand as we head to the top half of the second inning. We'll be back with more great action from Boys of Summer, Denmark, Wisconsin. For the second inning for STK, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. That'll be Braden Arcand at the plate now. Josh Montana and Eli Jules to follow. Kirkpatrick last weekend in New York City. 2 complete game victories, including the championship game. Little slow roller up the middle, but it finds its way. And Arcand aboard with the first hit for STK. Here you see the replay. Not especially hard hit ball, but right where it needed to be. And that'll bring up the big fella, Josh Montana. Ball low off the plate. Yesterday, STK we saw at John Miller Park in their orange pants. They've donned the white today, giving our eyes a bit of a breather. Swing and a miss. Good drop ball by Kirkpatrick. So 1-2 advantage, Andrew. Outfield shaded just a bit towards right field. Swing and a miss, rise ball. So Montana down on strikes. That's 3 strikeouts for Kirkpatrick in the early going. And it'll bring up Eli Jules, the DP. In for a called strike, upper edge of the plate. Little slow roller up to first. Ochoa grabs it, looks to second, and then goes back to first to Blake Hunter for the out. Checked to see if he had a chance at second. He didn't, so he took the out. And down at second base now is Braden Arcand on the 3-4 put out. 2 outs, that'll bring up Justin Potskin. Justin, the shortstop for STK. Foul tip off the shin guard of Nick Mullins. Potskin's well known to many up in the BC province, Prince George, for a good period of time. Lays off the one outside, 1-1. STK hails from Chase, British Columbia, CHASC. About 4 hours out of Vancouver, give or take. Swing and a miss. So after nibbling around the edges, Kirkpatrick comes right down the middle with that last pitch. 1-2. Trying to close it out and leave Arcand at second. Just missing. Pretty good location. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. 2-0 Gremlins. Second inning. Swing and a miss on the inside pitch. Down goes Potskin. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Kirkpatrick. 4 through 2. To the home half of the second we go. New York Gremlins on top, 2-0. 6, 7, 8 for the Gremlins in the home half of the second. That'll be Evans, Avery, and Hunter. Nick Mullins waiting in the wings if we get that far. I want to send out a quick thank you to the sponsor for the New York Gremlins, Bruce Tansky. All the great stuff he does for the squad. Has assembled quite a collection of talent. You may have seen a photo of him recently on Twitter showing some of the trophies in the trophy case that the Gremlins had brought home. Gremlins got busy in 2023, won the first two tournaments they played in, and said, "Here, Bruce, make room for two more." Evans, the shortstop. Drop on the outside edge for a called strike. Evans started the day with 3 home runs, was among the 3 leading hitters with that category. Got himself a 4th, only to have Inoka hit 2 and take the lead at 5. Cole came into the day starting with a .333 batting average and among the leaders in the run production categories as well. Swing and a miss late. Schofield a workhorse. High hard one misses upstairs. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Cole Evans. Saw Schofield a couple weeks ago up in Canada, among the hardest throwing pitchers in that tournament, and there were plenty. Foul tip and held on by the catcher, Brett Larson. So down on strikes goes Evans. Good glove work by Brett Larson. Good pitch by Schofield. Here you see the replay. Got just a piece of it. Little snow cone by Brett Larson, but the out is made, and that'll bring up Brian Avery. Avery hails from the same neck of the woods as does STK, British Columbia. Hard one downstairs for a ball, 2-0. Avery good power, he'll use the gaps. Tries to check his swing. They appeal, and no, he did not go, says our first base umpire. In for a called strike. 3-1 now on Brian Avery. Over the top drop on the outside edge. The count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Brian Avery. Center fielder Josh Montana just to the right side of the second base bag. Little nubber, one hopper back to Schofield. 1-3 put out. Schofield over to Corey Jones, 2 out. Here's Blake Hunter. Blake playing at second base today. Also does a fair amount of the catching, so a very versatile player is Blake Hunter. Hunter's average hasn't quite caught up with some of his teammates, but he is among the very top of the list when it comes to run production, RBIs. In for a called strike. Only Remaki started the day with more RBIs. Hunter with 10 here in the third tournament of the season. Ball high, 2-1. Pop up, it's going to be up and over the booth here on the right side. Two's across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. 2-0 second inning. Line to the gap right off the scoreboard. That one going just to the right side of the scoreboard. Line shot, home run by Blake Hunter. Add to that RBI total. So the Gremlins with 4 homers in the first game of the day. Second home run, and we're only in the second inning. To the 9th spot we go. Nick Mullins will step in. Grounder foul. Nick not quite as many at-bats as some of the other players, but run producing when he is in the lineup. Swing and a miss on the rise ball. Swing and a miss on the rise ball for the third out of the inning. We'll be back with more action right after this. Top half of the third inning. For STK, they'll send up 7, 8, 9, Potskin, Lands, and Potskin. I think we might have lost our signal at the end of that last inning, but side retired. Just the Blake Hunter homer to add 1 to the tally. Now a 3-0 Gremlin lead. Potskin getting his first look at big Andrew Kirkpatrick. Correction, Ethan Lands. O2 pitch from Kirkpatrick. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Lands for the first out of the inning. Here you see it on the replay. Bottom falls out of that drop. One out, bringing up Jarrett Potskin to the 9 spot. Little flare up along the right side, out of play. Want to remind viewers you can find all of the Gremlin games on the Gremlins YouTube channel. Softball Premier TV. Luciano Lofrano doing all the work behind the controls. Hope you're enjoying these broadcasts. Foul tip, strike. Gremlins trying to notch their 3rd win in the tournament. This would be their last pool play game. Playoffs start tomorrow. Teams will be seeded according to how they do. Early games getting started at 8:30 a.m. A set of games at 10:30. And the rest starting somewhere around the lunch hour. Hard grounder finds its way into right field, just beyond the diving Blake Hunter. So Potskin a base hit. Second hit of the game for STK. Here's the replay. Just goes the other way with it, inside out swinging. And that'll take us back to the top of the shop, Brett Larson. Larson a fly out to center in his first trip to the plate. Off to the races he goes, the throw down, and the tag applied by Evans. Some good work down by Cole Evans going over across the bag to put the tag on. Let's watch the replay. The pitch was taken. He had a good jump, but Evans right on there. Nick Mullins, great throw. Little fly ball lifted out in a shallow left field. Matthew Waugh comes in, makes the catch for out number 3. For STK in the 3rd, no runs, a hit. Nobody left. We've played 2.5. The score, 3-0 Gremlins. We'll be right back with more right after this. Home half of the 3rd for the Gremlins. Top of the order. That's Matthew Waugh, Jerome Raymaki, and Benny Noka. 3-0 Gremlins in this one. Justin Schofield, the starter for STK, still in the circle, as is his counterpart, Andrew Kirkpatrick. Waugh singled to the left in his first trip to the plate. Came around to score on that two-run homer by Benny Noka. Laced down the right field line. That one's going to rattle around in the corner. Over to make the play is Arcan, but Matthew Waugh, he's aboard with a leadoff double. Here you see the replay. Watch him turn on it. Right down the right field line. Arcan doing a good job in right field getting the ball back. But Waugh, with that great speed, has himself a stand-up double. Here's Jerome Ramaki, went down swinging his first trip to the plate. That coming on a third strike changeup. In for a called strike. Ball low, the count even at 1. Off the plate outside, 2-1. Outfield for STK, shaded just a bit towards right field with the left-hander Ramaki at the plate. Corners about even with the bag. Corey Jones guarding the line over at first. Ramaki selective, count runs to 3-1. Grounder foul. So the count runs to full. Schofield with first base open has the luxury, so to speak, of pitching carefully to Ramaki, but it doesn't get any easier with Benny Anoka waiting on deck. Foul tip. He stays alive, 3-2. Grounder, a hard one to second, gets through the wickets at Potskin. Coming around third to score is Matthew Waugh, 4-0 Gremlins. Ramaki aboard on the, hit or error. We'll let the official scorekeeper decide. There's a replay. You make the call. So Matthew Waugh checks in with his second run of the game. Fourth for the Gremlins as we wait for the scoreboard to catch up. And here's Benny Inoka. Gremlins scored 2 in the first. Inoka's homer. Scored 1 in the second. Blake Hunter's homer. Ball off the plate outside. Ramaki at first, looking across the diamond to skipper Greg Leather, who is working the third base coach's box. Send a quick hello to his wife, Joanne, son Christopher. Thank you for supporting Greg's efforts all the time away, taking care of this ball club. 3-0 now to Inoka. In for a called strike. Lays off that one, but it's in for a called strike. Inoki, a lanky hitter, but tremendous power, gets great bat speed through the zone. Hard one hopper to third. They go the short way to second for the out. So 5-4 put out. Erases Ramaki, Beninoka aboard on the fielder's choice. Nice play by third baseman Ethan Lands. Would have been a long throw across the diamond. He goes to second instead. And here's Eric Ochoa with one out. It's now Inoka at first. Hard one right at first baseman Corey Jones. He tags the bag down to second, tags the runner, and that's the side retired. Great defense by STK. Watch the replay. Ochoa hit a hard one right at first baseman Corey Jones. Grabbed it, stepped on the bag, down to second. Nice tag, third out. For the Gremlins in the inning, 1 run, 1 hit. 4-0 Gremlins through 3. Top of the fourth inning, it's 2-3-4 for STK. That's Quentin Bruce, Corey Jones, and Braden Arcand. Just before the inning started, Quentin and catcher Nick Mullins having a bit of a chat. No strangers are they, both members of their respective national teams. Mullins for the USA, Quentin for Team Canada. They've seen each other before. Bruce down on strikes, looking his first trip to the plate. Hard grounder over the head of Ochoa. Base hit by Bruce, takes a big turn and decides better of it. Watch the replay. High hopper, no chance for Ochoa. Third hit of the day for STK. Here's Corey Jones. He's got one of them. Jones 1 for 2, struck out, and the single to center did not score. Hard drop in for a called strike. Change up, a good one. 2-hopper to Blake Hunter, over to Cole Evans, and he loses the grip. That one sails to the screen. They record the out at second, but safe is Corey Jones. There you see the replay. Just didn't quite get the full grip, and it sailed to the screen on the first base side. So it's Corey Jones now at first, and Braden Arcand at the plate. Arcand single to center last time up, one of the 3 STK hits. Hard grounder foul. Just about takes out our first base umpire. Swing and a miss. Good rise ball. That one started at the letters and up and out of the zone. Down on strikes goes Arcand with 2 outs in the inning. That'll bring up Josh Montana. Fly ball out of play on the right side. Arcand was the 6th strikeout for Andrew Kirkpatrick in the game. Bounces that one, and down to second goes Jones. Second time down to second base for Corey Jones today. He's been their only real scoring opportunities thus far. Swing and a miss. Great changeup. A ball and 2 strikes. High pop-up, out of play. Playoff round tomorrow here at Boys of Summer. Feature games over at the Main Diamond, John Miller Park, beautiful facility. I've been hearing about it for many years. Finally had a chance to see it firsthand. Swing and a miss, strikeout. Number 7, side retired. Kirkpatrick pitches out of a little trouble. Through 3.5, it's 4-0 Gremlins. We'll be back with more great action from Denmark, Wisconsin at the Boys of Summer. Home half of the 4th for the Gremlins, 5, 6, and 7. That's Kirkpatrick, Evans, and Avery. Kirkpatrick down on strikes his first trip against Schofield. Backwards K. Right down the heart of Main Street for a called strike. Oh, and 2 pitch. Just missing. Kirkpatrick lays off the high one. That leaving the count 2-2. Schofield, power pitcher, gets that weight back and then forward. Just missing, count full. Swing and a miss. Good pitch, good location by Schofield away from the lefty Kirkpatrick. So Andrew down on strikes for the second time. There you see it on the replay. Here's Cole Evans. Cole, a strikeout victim himself, his first time to the plate. That one of the swinging variety. Ball off the outside part of the plate. One pitch to Evans, misses downstairs. Evans with a home run on the day. That one came in the 12 o'clock game against Kegel. Gives him 4 on the season. Out in front, a little bit off of that pitch, away from Evans. Way inside. We talked about young 19-year-old Jack Besgrove, the pitcher from Australia, but talk about good young players. Cole Evans starting at age 16 back in 2015 in Saskatoon, starting shortstop for the New Zealand Black Sox. Hard to believe it's been 8 years. Works the walk, does Evans. Good discipline at the plate by the right-handed hitter. Just off the plate, good frame by Brett Larson, but not a strike. Here's Brian Avery. Avery tapped out to the pitcher his first time up. This part of the batting order, the BC boys, Avery and Hunter, Brian and Blake. Little hopper out to second, over to short for the force out. Pulls him off the bag, says our first place umpire. So Evans retired at second base. Safe on the fielder's choice is Avery. Here you see the replay, or did we? Here's Blake Hunter. Hunter 1 for 1 on the day. That 2-out home run back in the second. On deck, if we get that far, Nick Mullins. Right now, the action's at the plate with Blake Hunter. Off the plate outside, the count even at 1-1. Off the plate outside, 2-1, advantage Hunter. Count on Hunter now 2-2, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, good rise ball from Schofield. Down goes Blake Hunter, side retired. For the Gremlins, no runs, no hits, a man left. We played 4, and it is 4-0 Gremlins. Top half of the 5th inning, 6, 7, 8 for STK. Jules, Potskin, and Lands. First pitch swinging, popped up out of play. Jules retired on a grounder to first, his first time up. That one out to second. On with some nifty defense is Gonzalo Masmu, who has come on to replace Hunter at second base. Appreciate that play on the replay. Masmu from Argentina enters the game. Masmu started the day yesterday with the very highest batting average on the team, 1,000. He was 5 for 5. Got a couple more hits yesterday, so he's still up there even though he hasn't racked up the at-bats. That one deep to right field, down the line, playing it off the fence is Avery. Sliding in safely at second is Jessen Potskin. Watch the replay. Just sort of threw his bat out over the plate, hit it right down the line. Good defense by Brian Avery. So Potskin aboard, that'll bring up Ethan Lands. Lands a strikeout victim first time up. Swing and a miss away from the big right-hander. Ball away, 2-2. Andrew second in innings pitched for this Gremlin team. The two Aussies at the top of the list. Bestgrove started the day with 27. Andrew 23 innings pitched. Swing and a miss. So down goes Lands for out number 2. 8 strikeouts on the day for AK. And to the 9th spot we go. It'll be Jarrett Potskin. Potskin a single to right in his first trip. It was Potskin erased on the great throw down to second by Nick Mullins. Swing and a miss. Good drop ball outside edge. Tough to do much with that pitch. Great location by Kirkpatrick. Hard grounder up the middle. Coming around third is Potskin. There won't be a throw. And STK on the board. The shutout ends. Here, watch the replay. Not especially hard hit, but found its way up the middle. And STK on the scoreboard. The margin now 4-1. So give Potskin the RBI. That's Jarrett Potskin. And back to the top of the order we go. Brett Larson. Ball low. Still 2 outs in the inning. Quick throw down to first. And back safely is Potskin. Mullins and Ochoa, both members of the USA team, so not the first time we've seen that play from the two of them. Fouled, out of play on the left side. Just 2 USA team members on this Gremlin squad, Mullins and Ochoa, but virtually the entire coaching staff, all with experience with the USA national team. Greg Leather, Greg Hicks. Swing and a miss. Good location by Kirkpatrick. Pitches out of a little trouble. 4-1's the score as we go to the top of the 5th. Gremlins on top. Home half of the 5th inning, 9-1-2 for the Gremlins. Mullins, Waugh, and Raymaki. Ben Inoka waiting in the wings if we get that far. Mullins 0 for 1 on the day, a strikeout in his only trip to the plate. Second time through the order for Schofield. Mullins, like Hunter, will do catching and play second base from time to time. Both of them very good defensively at both positions, giving skipper Greg Leather lots of versatility on this team. Saw Mullins make what was probably the defensive play of the Peligro Cup tournament, diving from his second base position across the bag to the shortstop side to snag a line drive. Called strike 3, and he's down for the second time today. Seven strikeouts so far for Schofield. 9 if you're counting for Kirkpatrick, and of course we are. Here's Matthew Waugh. Waugh's been aboard twice, single, double. And scored 2 of the 4 runs. Shows bunt but doesn't. Count evens at 1-1. In for a called strike. Gremlins would love to hang on and win this one, grab that top seed in tomorrow's playoff round. But Schofield pitching very well, and STK climbing back in, trying to keep it close. The margin now at 3. Little slow roller over to second, diving, throws but not in time. Had to leave his feet to get to the ball, and Waugh, with great speed, is aboard for the 3rd time today. Watch the replay. Just not enough to get the speedy Waugh. So a 3-for-3 day for Matthew. That'll bring up Jerome Remaki. Remaki reached 1 of the 2 times today that he's been up against Schofield. Good location down around the knees on Remaki. Jerome, one of 5 New Zealand players on this Gremlins squad. Oh, 2 pitch, a throw down to second. Not in time to get Waugh. The pitch, a ball. Schofield thought he had strike 3. He's going to have a word with our home plate umpire. Meanwhile, it's Waugh now down at second base as the Gremlins fight to get the run back they gave up. So a ball and 2 strikes, advantage Schofield. Strike three called. And this time I think it's Jerome that doesn't agree. But down on strikes he goes. 2 outs in the inning. And it'll be up to Benny Noka. Here, watch the replay. You decide. Okay. While trying to look over the shoulder of the taller Schofield from second base. Inoka with that first inning home run. Reached on a fielder's choice, so he's 1 for 2. Scored a run, drove in a run. Liner up the middle. Inoka's aboard with a single. Coming around third is Wah. He'll score easily. And the Gremlins have gotten the run back. Now back to a 4-run margin at 5-1. Watch the replay. Just went the other way with it to right center field. Second hit of the day, second RBI for Inoka. And that'll bring up Eric Ochoa. Ochoa 0 for 2 on the day, a couple of ground outs to first. Little nubber out in front of the plate. Schofield. And another ground out. Side retired, but not before the Gremlins add a run. 1 run, 2 hits. Man left it. We played 5 complete. 5-1 Gremlins. Top of the 6th innings for STK, 2, 3, and 4. That means the Team Canada part of the order. Bruce followed by Jones, both members of the national team for Canada. Brandon Arcade will follow, and Josh Montana if we get that far. Andrew Kirkpatrick, AK, still in the circle. He was the starter. Both starters still going in this one. Hard grounder to first, grabbed by Ochoa, steps on the bag. They've done it twice to Ochoa. He returns the favor. 3 unassisted. Ochoa had to come well off the bag to make the play. Good defense. And here's Corey Jones. Hopping to skip that one down in the dirt for a ball. Jones has been aboard twice, once on a hit, once on the error. Struck out his first time to the plate. Hard grounder, that one's going to be up the middle. So Jones, 2 hits in the game. I think STK has settled on the middle part of the field for their hitting. Having pretty good success, even though the balls aren't hit especially hard. They don't need to be. Here's Braden Arcade, 1 for 2, single to center. There's a little nubber to third. Remaki will have to hurry. Good play by Jerome. So the second out of the inning recorded. That'll bring up Josh Montana. Meanwhile, a pinch runner for Corey Jones out at second. Give you that name if and when we see the number. Six out and 22 in, they tell us. Here's Montana. Foul tip over the screen. Hard one off the glove of Remaki. He gets run over by the pinch runner, and I think that's going to be the call. The pinch runner, Keegan Pitton, no Siegi. Now he's safe at third. So the hard smash stopped by Remaki, keeps it in the infield, saves a run, but runners now at the corners as Eli Jules steps in. So credit the pinch runner, Keegan, slightly built, running into Jerome Remaki, an immovable force out there at third. Foul tip straight back to the screen. Kirkpatrick ahead 0-2. 2 outs in the inning. AK trying to close it out. Way upstairs. Couple of ground ball outs off the bat of Jules in his first 2 trips. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Jules. Side retired for Kirkpatrick. 10 strikeouts in the game. And the score stays at 5-1. We head to the top half of the 6th inning. We'll be right back. Home half of the 6th inning. That's 5, 6, 7. Kirkpatrick, Evans, and Abry. AK 0 for 2 thus far in the game. Credit skipper of STK, Benny Anthony. He's the manager, sponsor, owner, you name it. Done a great job of keeping his team in the game. They travel around a bit. We saw them last year at the Las Vegas road trip. So a good bit south for the British Columbian team. Finished second in that tournament, if I recall. It was actually Team Mexico with Eric Ochoa and company that won that one. Hard grounder to first, stab by Jones. Steps on the bag, looked like a base hit. Here you see on the replay, good hard ball hit by AK. Jones making a good play, 1 out. And Cole Evans will step in. Evans 0 for 1, strikeout and a walk. Good hard drop. Schofield throwing as hard in the 6th as he would at the outset, maybe even harder. Hard ground ball, 3-hopper to short. They go across the diamond. That's Jessen Potkin over to Corey Jones on the 6-3 putout. 2 up and down quickly. Brian Avery will step in. Avery 0 for 2, grounder to the pitcher and a fielder's choice. Foul tip straight back. Gremlins have a string of 4 consecutive run rule wins. 2 last Sunday in winning the Peligro Cup down in the Big Apple, and 2 thus far. So STK and Schofield taking them the distance in this game. Still very much alive. Foul tip 2-2. Little puff foul on the right side. Schofield a pickup for STK in this tournament. Justin has pitched for a number of the elite top 5 teams in the ISC fast pitch loop. And as we said, also Team Canada national team. Little pop-up on the left side, out of play again. Some great teams in this Boys of Summer tournament. Hill United down the way this morning. They're the number 4 ranked team in the world. Just off the plate outside. So the count full on Avery. Blake Hunter will be next if Avery can extend the inning. Liner right up the middle. He does just that. That ball almost hit Schofield on its way past. So good hard line drive off the bat of Avery. Here you see the replay just to the right of Schofield going up the middle. Blake Hunter will step in. Or nope, I'm sorry, it's Masmu. Masmu had come on to play second, so Gonzalo putting his team leading batting average on the line. 6 for 7, if I had the numbers correct, starting the day. Gonzalo, one of the talented youngsters trying to find a spot on this Gremlins team. A tough starting 9 to crack, but he is one of the good ones. Shows bunt, throw down to second. Not in time. And that's not Abri at second, by the way. Tane Mumu from New Zealand came in as the pinch runner. Nice slide, dusts himself off, so he's at second. So two of the Gremlin youngsters, Masmu and Mumu. Getting a chance to show their stuff. Swing and a miss by Masmu late on the pitch from Schofield. Foul tip straight back, just missed it. Mumu, the pinch runner at second, a fine shortstop in his own right. Tough to be behind Cole Evans. We may see him at second base from time to time. Great defensive player is Mumu. And he runs very well, so he'll be off to the races if Masmu can make some contact here. Just off the plate, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Veteran Justin Schofield taking a moment to rub the ball up. Now he's set. 2-2 pitch. Way high. Full count. Nick Mullins on deck. Three and 2 pitch from Schofield. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Masmu. And Mumu stranded at second for the Gremlins in the 6th. No runs ahead, a man left through 6. It's 5-1 Gremlins as they try and close it out, finish a 3-0 run in pool play, and grab that top seed for their pool in the playoff round tomorrow. We'll be back. The Gremlins with a reliever in the 7th inning. It'll be Pablo Migliavaca. Pablo from Argentina, one of the fine young players in that group that won gold medals at the junior and senior level, 2014 and thereabouts. Migliavaca, newcomer to this Gremlin team this year. He pitched for Hill United, who we mentioned, number 4 ranked team, last several years. And as fate would have it, in the first tournament of the year, he came on to relieve in the championship game and pitched very well, picked up the win when Blake Hunter hit the grand slam to win the tournament. So Pablo's been on since the start. The changeup is the money pitch. You'll see it on display, I'm sure. Seven, 8, 9 for STK. It's Potskin, Lands, and Potskin. Hard one right by him. Maybe he could hear me. I guess we're giving a scouting report to the hitters as they come up, huh? Not intentional. There's an off-speed pitch, 1-1. Little squibber out to third. Ramaki over to Ochoa. 1 out. One of those cue shots looked like it went off the end of the bat. Just spun its way to Ramaki. Here's Ethan Lands. Pair of strikeouts thus far, but those were to Kirkpatrick. He'll get his first look at Migliavacca. Hard drop. Miggy doesn't throw as hard as Kirkpatrick and Bestgrove, but he will screw you into the ground with that changeup. Call a chiropractor. Hard one drop. Makes that pitch look even faster. 1-2, advantage Miggy. Swing and a miss, a beautiful changeup. That's the pitch. 2 up and down quickly. It'll be up to Jarrett Potskin to try and keep this STK team alive. 5-1 Gremlins. Pablo looking for the final out. Changeup. Bottom falls out. 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 0-2, advantage Miggy. Spinning changeup down on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and that's the save going to Pablo Migliavacca. The New York Gremlins pick up another win. The streak continues. Start of the weekend, 11-1, now 14-1. 14 in a row. They'll be back tomorrow. Check the schedule for the matchups, but they will be the top seed team, I believe, out of their pool with that perfect 3-0 record. Jack Bestgrove with a winner in the first game of the day. Andrew Kirkpatrick picks up the win in the second with a save from Migliavacca. We'll see you tomorrow on the New York Gremlins YouTube channel. Back for more live action. We'll be on the air for 2. See you then.
For the latest in softball innovation, the website where you can experience the best tournaments in the Americas. Live games, news, tournaments, and much, much more. The best quality live softball, on demand so you can watch when you want. Become a Premier member now. SoftballPremierTV.com. Live it on Softball Premier.